So before this video gets started, if you're an Uber driver, a Lyft driver, or a gig worker for any of the platforms and you want paid time off, if you want sick leave, if you ever get into a car accident and you can't work, there's a brand new company that will give you paid time off. They'll replace your income of 80% of what your income is, and they'll give you same day cash transfers to your account. And if you sign up, the company is called Cover. If you use my link down below, you'll get your first 30 days for free as a gift. So go ahead and check that link down below if you want paid time off, because hey, why not? It's there for you and it's super awesome. So yeah, use the link down below to get that 30 days for free as a gift. And now let's get on to the video. Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. My name's Dylan. Thank you so much for coming by. So in today's video, we're breaking down 20 of the most important tips for new Uber drivers. This is the most up-to-date video onto this channel. My name's Dylan. I'm the founder of this channel, the Rideshare Hub, and I wanted to compile this list to give you guys, I know a lot of people are starting to drive again, and yeah, I think it's really important. So we're gonna get right into it. If you can do me one small favor, leave the video a thumbs up. If you like videos like this one, I would really appreciate it. And now let's get started. These are 20 of the most important tips for new Uber drivers. Let's get started. Tip number one is use a used car for Uber. The last thing you wanna do is drive a brand new car and put on 30, 40, 50,000 miles on your car. When you're driving for Uber, you're gonna be putting a lot of miles on your car. And I know what you're thinking, Dylan, but what about the tax write-offs? I can write off every single mile I put on my car. I can write off the depreciation. Well, it's still an expense. The reason it's a tax deduction is because it's an expense. What I chose to do is buy a used car. This car that you're looking at right here, this is my car. I have it fully paid off. I own it. I have the pink slip. It costed me $5,000. I bought it with 100,000 miles on it, and it's a used car, 2011. I've had it for 2 years, and guess how much the car's depreciated? Hardly anything at all, because it was already depreciated. So if you use a brand new car for Uber, the car's gonna go way down in value, and it's just much easier and much less of a headache if you use a used car. I'm not saying go out and buy a $500 junker because it's probably gonna break down, but get something in the middle that's still reliable but not super expensive. Okay, the second tip for new Uber drivers. So a lot of people don't know this, but if you sign up for Uber and you don't use a referral code, if you signed up and you didn't have a friend, you didn't know anybody, and you just signed up and you thought, oh, Dylan, I hear you talking about this referral code, referral promo, I can get a bonus, the sign up guarantee. Well, if you signed up and you forgot to use a code, it's okay actually. You can still go back and apply it. They give you like 30 to 90 days depending on your promo in your area. I have all the steps down below. It's 7 steps. You can do it right in your Uber driver app. Okay, so the third tip for new Uber drivers is if you are an Uber driver, you probably know that you're an independent contractor and you don't get any benefits at all. You don't get any health care. You don't get a set wage. You don't get paid time off or sick leave, but there's a company, it's called Cover, that actually gives drivers paid time off and sick leave. I'll leave a link down below if you want to check it out. I'm not going to get into all the details, but the fourth one, I didn't know about this one, but you can actually get a inspection for your car for both Uber and Lyft via FaceTime now. You don't actually have to go to an inspection center, an Uber hub. I found that out because I needed to get my car inspected and the hubs were all closed. And I did some Googling, and you can actually get a FaceTime inspection. You do have to pay for it. It's like 30 bucks for one or 50 bucks for both. But at the same time, I actually did it and it only took me like 10 minutes. I didn't have to drive to a hub, and the one for me is like 40 minutes away. So I'm pretty sure I even saved money because I didn't have to drive all the way there and waste my time. But I'll leave links down below for all of these, by the way. But yeah, the link down below for that one is down below. It's just called FaceTime Inspection. It is a company. It's not Uber or Lyft, but it definitely works. It worked for me. Tip number 5 is wear a face mask while driving Uber and Lyft. This is mandatory, it's protocol. You just have to wear a face mask when you drive Uber and Lyft, and passengers are also required to do so. And if you have a passenger who isn't wearing one, what I like to do is when I pull up, I keep my doors locked. And that way if somebody gets in, you can even say, hey, can you put on your face mask before getting inside? And if they don't have one, just, cancel the ride and keep driving. That you never want to have somebody in your car and then have to like kick them out. But yeah, just wear a face mask when you drive. You can get one of those cloth ones or those disposable ones. Either will be just good. All right, number 6 is sanitize your car in between rides. So one of the most important things to do is sanitize your door handles, your seat belts, anywhere that is frequently touched. It also is protocol by Uber and Lyft. They say in the app to sanitize frequently touched areas, and you can wipe down your car seats and stuff with those like alcohol wipes. They will suffice. Tip number 7, this one's super important just for longevity and also for saving money, because I don't recommend going out and buying food, but one thing you can do is bring snacks while you drive for yourself, not for your passengers. Especially now, you don't really want to be handing out candies and stuff to passengers, but I find that it's really helpful to bring a bag of nuts or some trail mix or maybe some blueberries for yourself to eat during the day, throughout the day, so you don't get super hungry. The last thing you want to do is go out and buy a Big Mac in between your rides. It might sound good at the time, but you're gonna waste money, and it's just, you want to stay healthy while you're driving. So yeah, bring water and snacks for yourself, and it'll also allow you to drive longer too, because you won't get as hungry and you'll get that energy that you need. Okay, number 8, this is really important. This took me about a month or 2 to learn, but make music playlists. This is important for 2 reasons. One, for yourself, for your own mental sanity. You want to listen to your own music that you enjoy, and then also make other playlists for your passengers. So I like to have my own playlists, stuff that I wouldn't play with my riders, and then have playlists like soft acoustic music that I play while my passengers are in the car with me. It makes things less awkward for your passengers and makes your day go by a lot faster when you're listening to your own music. And people just like music, but here's another tip on this one. Please, please, please don't blast the music. There are so many drivers who play music really loud. If anything, just keep it really, really soft. I'm talking like number 3 or 4 on a scale of like 50. Keep it really soft. The next one is be friendly with every passenger. So this is just going the extra mile for your passengers and helps a lot with tips and ratings. Ratings don't really matter too much, but tips do. And sure, you might think, oh, it doesn't really make a difference if I'm nice to everyone. I'm not going to get a tip from everyone. But even if you just get 1% increase of a chance to get more tips throughout your day, that's still, more tips that you're going to end up getting. And it's just to have that positive energy will help you out as well to make your day go by happier and more mentally happy too, because it is a mentally draining job, and just being friendly will keep the positive vibes going. Okay, number 10, this one is one of my personal favorites, but it's work on a business while you drive. Have a side hustle that you're working on throughout the day, in between rides, throughout your day. Maybe you have a business that you can actually promote to your passengers. What I do, my business, this is the one you're watching right now. I share my experience as a driver. Maybe you want to do the same. I know a ton of people who start blogs, sharing their experience, people who do it on Instagram, even TikTok now, people who share their experience on YouTube, people who sell products to drivers. There's so many different possibilities. Maybe you're just a hairdresser or something, and I don't know what it is, but having another business on the side helps a lot. And Uber actually did a study and found that 50% of drivers have a business that they're currently working on, or they want to be their own boss, have their own company one day. So I thought that was really cool, and just start doing it today. Don't wait another day. Start up your business, whatever it is. If you're scared, if you want to be a YouTuber, if you want to post videos on the internet, use your camera. You know, you don't need any fancy equipment. That's how I got started. Just, you know, use whatever you got and yeah, get after it. I'm counting on you, okay? You can hit me up too. Hit me up on Instagram if you need any advice. Okay, number 11. This leads me into my next point, piggybacking off of being nice to passengers. Number 11 is I would suggest not talking to every passenger, because you might be surprised is that not every passenger wants to talk to you. Some of them, well, actually most of them, most passengers just want to get in, go to their destination. Sometimes listen to music, sometimes they're texting their buddies on their phone. They just want to go to their destination. I actually personally prefer when I get a passenger who doesn't want to talk to me. Why? Because selfishly I'm saving my energy and I just know that I can just be quiet and not have to like talk a lot. But also you might get a lot more tips when you don't talk at all. And you can get in and say, hey, how are you today? And they might say, oh, you know, I'm doing pretty good. And just take that as a sign that they probably don't want to talk. And then you could just be like, okay, let me know if you need anything. And they'll be really happy. And yeah, just don't talk to everybody. Don't force the conversation. Tip number 12 is that you can have an extra set of masks. And I just want to include this in because I think it's very relevant to today. But if you ever have Uber passengers who don't have masks, you can have an extra set of masks. And maybe you don't want to go out and buy extra masks, but Uber is sending drivers up to 10, I believe it's 10 masks per week. So if you have your own, you know, reusable cloth mask, you can just keep requesting those and you get a big set of masks in your car. And maybe even you'll get enough to where you can give one out to every single passenger or let them take one from a bag or whatever it is. And that could lead to a lot more tips. So I'm just leaving this in for one, for safety reasons, and two, you know, it's like maybe it could be an extra little side hustle for more tips. I wouldn't sell masks, but maybe just hand them out for free and maybe you'll get a few more tips. The next one, this one is more relevant now because surge is picking back up. But a lot of times the surge isn't that big. Basically, surge is when they pay you an extra dollar amount when you give a ride in a certain area. Right now, I haven't seen surges be too high. Sure, if they're paying you an extra $10 per ride, it might make sense to, you know, try to work your way over to that area. But if it's only another $1 or $2 per ride and it's 5 miles away, don't waste your time. Just stay in your own area. I know it might be tempting, but just stay in your area. You might waste time getting there and you could have already gotten a ride and made more money and gotten the, you know, a $2, $5 tip from your passenger. So be hesitant when chasing the surge. Number 14, this brings me to surge hacking. So you can pair up your destination filters with the surge zones. So if you don't know what destination filters are, basically you can set a destination and Uber will pair you with a passenger going on that similar route. So if you actually drive through a surge zone, you could possibly pick up that surge and you might not even have to get, like, let's say it's downtown. If you just pick up a rider along the way, you could totally miss all that traffic and still get the surge zone. So if you see a big surge, try to set a destination filter through that zone, and that's called surge hacking. All right, number 15 is consecutive trip bonuses. I wanted to include this because it's called pairing airport rides with consecutive trip bonuses. So consecutive trip bonuses are usually 3 rides within an hour or 2 hours. So you're gonna have to get rides back to back to back. And a really good way to do that is at the airport. A lot of times when you're dropping somebody off at the airport, you'll get somebody paired automatically on your way out. So if you set a destination to the airport from an area that you know a lot of people go to the airport from, you could potentially get 2 rides right there, and then you only need 1 more. Tip number 16, this is again with destination filters. I just wanted to harp on this because it also touches on another point, which is don't drive around wasting miles on your car when you're searching for rides. What you really want to do is stay after you drop somebody off, you know, drive down the street, park, and wait for your next ride. But at the end of the night, it's inevitable, right? You're gonna have to drive home. But what I do is set a destination filter to your house. and try to get passengers who are gonna who you're gonna be paired with on your way home, that way you're not wasting miles on your car. And you can even take it one step further. Let's say you have another job, or you go to the gym, or I don't know, you have an errand to run and it's far away. You can use a destination filter. I've done this before actually. I was going to the gym and I put a destination filter to my gym and I got a ride to my gym. So you kind of, it changes the shift of your focus, but if you use destination filters properly, you can start getting paid for miles that you otherwise would have just had to not get paid for. So those are really cool. Make sure you use all of your destination filters. Tip number 17, I mentioned this briefly before, but this is super, super important. And I would say less than 1% of Uber drivers do this, but I recommend if you're watching this, you adopt this lifestyle too. So when you're picking up a passenger, I'll just show you really quick. So when you pick up your passenger, always keep your door locked. So I'll just show you what it looks like. So every time you pull up to your passenger, you want to keep your doors locked. And roll down your window, and you want to go like this. Hey, are you here for an Uber ride? And they'll say yes. And then say, hey, what is your name? You want them to confirm with you what their name is, rather than, this is what you don't want to do. Hey, are you Rebecca? They're just gonna say yes and get right in. So you always keep your door locked, ask them to confirm with you your name, or their name, and that way you make sure you have the correct passenger every single time. And another trick about this, you might say, oh yeah, it's usually the right passenger anyway. But what I do this for too is, if you ever get a passenger who's like, I don't know, super drunk, or just really mean or really rude, or I've had a passenger one time who his wife was ordering the ride for him. He had a dog with him, just like a rude dude, and you're not even in the correct area. It was just like a whole mess. I had my door locked. I said, hey, what's your name? And he told me the wrong name. And I was like, sorry, I'm not here for that person. And he goes, what's the name? And I go, I'm not telling you, because you're just gonna say, oh, well, that's me. He actually tried opening my door. He was going like this, like opening it, and he had a little dog with him. And I knew for a fact that wasn't a service animal. If it's a service animal, you know, sure, that's a different story. He was trying to open my door and I was like, I'm sorry, dude, I already canceled the ride. Trust me, start doing this. Always keep your doors locked and always tell your passenger to confirm with you their name. Never say who the passenger is for. And also this works really, really well when you're doing like late night pickups when people are drunk and stuff. It keeps you from getting people who it's not the correct ride for. Okay, tip number 18 is drive cautiously and follow the laws of the road. This is gonna help you so much as an Uber driver. One, because you're gonna get less tickets. Two, your passengers are gonna feel more safe. Three, you're gonna actually save gas and wear and tear on your car. You guys might not know this, but you actually save gas and wear and tear in your car when you are slow to accelerate. If you're slamming on your brakes, slamming on the accelerator, slamming on your gas pedal, your car is gonna not like it. The car's gonna get mad at you. It's gonna break down more. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, you'll get into less accidents. One of the biggest things, and I've talked about this with my friends too, statistically, every single time you're out on the road, you have a higher percentage of getting into an accident. Every single minute you spend driving is more of a risk of you getting into an accident. Maybe you're the best driver in the world. Maybe somebody else crashes into you, right? So if you can lessen your chances of getting into an accident, just follow the laws of the road. I know a lot of Uber drivers think, oh, I'm an Uber driver, you know, cops won't pull me over. Cops will pull you over. I actually have gotten a ticket. It was a camera ticket, driving for a Lyft, so it happens. I learned my lesson. Now you can learn from my mistake. Tip number 19, this is really important too. I'll leave links down below for this, but use apps that pay you extra money. There is an app called Play OCTOPUS. It's a tablet you put in your back seat, passengers can play games on, and they actually have an option now that it's contactless. They can play through their phone, and the reason they play the games, they have chances to win money and stuff. There's that one. GetUpside pays you to fill up gas. cargo. You can advertise on top of your car with a digital sign. Wrapify wraps up your car if you want to. I mean, there's so many different ways to make money. You might not want to do all of them, but I'll leave links down below. One's called Stereo. They pay you to play different kinds of music from smaller artists. But yeah, I'll leave all the links down below. You can check them out for yourself. All right, and the last tip, tip number 20. This is super important. Will save you time and money, but focus on keeping the inside of your car clean, not so much the outside. As you can see here, my car is not super clean right now. That's actually okay, but what I do like to do is keep the inside of my car clean, and your passengers care much more about the inside of the car. If they get inside your car and your car's a little dusty, they're not really gonna care. But if they get inside and the inside of your car's a little dusty, they're gonna be like, oh, I'm sitting in a gross car. So if you had to choose, I would definitely say focus on keeping the inside of your car clean. You know, maybe get a car wash once a week if you're driving a lot, or wash it yourself, you know, just wipe the outside of your car down, but try to clean the inside of your car every single day. So there it is, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Again, if you want paid time off, sick leave, check out the link down below to sign up for Cover. If you use my link, you'll get your first 30 days for free. If you enjoyed this video, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. This has been another episode of the Rideshare Hub, and I will talk to you all soon. Have a great day, guys. Bye.